Hey everyone, good to see you. Thanks for joining. We're going to get started here in about a minute. We're just letting everybody get their bearings, get your water if you need to. I know it's kind of midday for some, it's going to be morning for others. We're really excited to chat with you today. Like I said, we'll get started here in about 30 seconds to a minute. We'll kind of go through logistics. I'll share my screen. Everything that you all see today will be shared with you within the next few days. So that includes a recording of this. We will record it. You'll get all the slides that we share, all the links that we share, you also will get. So if you miss something today in the chat, that's all right. I'm going to be dropping links into the chat throughout. And again, those will be shared with you in a few days via email along with a recording of this. So if you miss something, that's all right. Also really would love for you all too, if you have questions, throw them into the chat. There's going to be a set time at the end for questions, so we can just kind of answer out loud like this, or we might get to your answer in the chat throughout. If you ask a question at a moment and we don't get back to you within like right away, I promise you're not being ignored. It's just kind of we're doing things on our end. We will get back to that question. So please, if you have questions or comments or things you want to say or ask, drop them into the chat. We'll be sure to come back to that for somebody in our team. But again, for those who just popped in, really excited to see you. Good morning for most of you. Happy Wednesday. We're going to go ahead and get rolling. For those who don't know, I'm Josh Lucas. I'm customer success lead for Landing Zone. I'm really excited to be joined by two of my really, at this point, become really good friends, amazing colleagues on the customer success side. Meg, who a lot of you will know from the district data coaching, and then we have Rachel, who's our senior technical associate. We also here in just a moment, really excited for this. I can introduce you to our interim CEO, Mindy Frisbee, who is just a powerhouse in this field. And we are just so blessed and lucky to have her on the team to help guide us as we begin the Converge transformation, which has already begun. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen. Again, if you have questions, please drop those in, or you can drop things into the Q&A. We will get to everything, I promise. This is going to be recorded. I'm going to start the recording here in just a moment. All of this will be shared with you in a few days. All right, so again, welcome. This is what's new for Landing Zone in 2023. Really excited to go over a lot of really great things for you today, a lot of really exciting announcements, things that are happening behind the scenes. The team's been hard at work over the past few months, especially over the holidays when things were a little bit slower. Here's essentially what we're going to go through today. We already did a quick round of introductions. We're going to get right into it and really highlight Mindy. So we're going to do a welcome from Mindy. We're going to go through miscellaneous announcements. Again, that's where we're going to see a lot of the links come in. Then I'm going to throw it to Rachel and Meg to highlight the amazing work that they have been doing to update our report library. And also something new, well, kind of semi-new, we're going to try to bring back the Slack community. Meg's really been done a lot of great work on that to bring that back for everybody. And then at the end, we will have kind of a formal time for questions. But again, if something comes up throughout, please drop it into the chat. We will make sure to get to that. So with that being said, before I throw it to Mindy, here's a quick bio of just some of the amazing things that she's done. As you can see, 10 amazing years at ISTE. Most recently, she served as the Chief Research and Development Officer. Prior to ISTE, Mindy served as Senior Research Faculty at the University of Oregon, and she has a Master's in Educational Management, Policy, and Leadership, and a Bachelor's in Ethnic Studies from the University of Oregon. Again, she's our Interim CEO for Converge, and also is the Managing Director of Strategy for Innovate EDU. So Mindy, I'm going to throw it to you to please talk about yourself, about all the great things that you do and what is to come with Converge.
Thanks so much for the great introduction, Josh. And I'm just really pleased to be here to meet you all, to talk with you a little bit today, to have this amazing team, Josh and Rachel and Meg, talk about the great work that they've done and the things that they're doing, but all the exciting things that are coming for Landing Zone in 2023. So super excited to be here. Thanks so much for the warm welcome. As you know, I've been in ed tech my entire career. What really is key for me is actionable data and information for decision making and how we can advance education together and move forward through actionable data. So really excited to be working on the Converge and Landing Zone project, as well as working with the Innovate EDU team. I'm excited to grow, our partnership with you all and how we can ensure that we are the best partners to you and bring the most value to you and your work with Landing Zone. So thanks so much, and really excited for the agenda that we have today. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. I'm here.
Thanks, Mindy. All right, let's dive in. A lot of really great announcements to let you know. Before we begin, we want to say special thanks to the Michael Susan Dell Foundation. They have been such big supporters of the landing zone work the past 3+ years. We have a wonderful partnership with them that also aligns with Ed5, but really Michael Susan Dell have allowed us to do this work, allowed us to develop a lot of the great things that are coming and that have come. So that's just worth a mention. If anybody isn't familiar, we have a grant through Michael Susan Dell Foundation with various deliverables that we achieve as a team, but they really help guide and support our work along the way. So you might have seen that mentioned in the past, or you might see that kind of pop up in the future, but it's just worth just a public thanks for them. They have just been an incredible support to Beacon in the background. So again, a lot of just really great things that are happening. Our landing zone team, we have been accepted to the USC Rosier Center Edge Accelerator Program. And so we meet roughly weekly every Thursday for about an hour to an hour and a half. It's everybody you see on the screen from our team now and 15 other organizations across the country that were accepted to this. We were accepted to cohort number 5. I'm going to throw that first. That's one of the first links I'm going to drop in the chat here. So you can learn more about the program if you don't know much about it. But you're seeing a screenshot there at the bottom. That is us on their actual page. So we are USC Trojans. We are part of their program. That's what they have told us over and over. And so we're doing some really, really great things there where we're just going through working with other companies across the country as we look to grow Converge. So we're working on everything from pitching to sales to we had a really interesting exercise last week. We had a drama instructor from USC. She's actually over here on the East Coast now, who was kind of working with us just on voice inflection. And we were doing all kind of these goofy in a way, kind of exercises about warming up your voice. And we were doing all these different things on inflection and the importance of that in presentations and things. And so it's been a really great thing. We're really, really proud of that. Again, it's many, many people apply to this program. So to be one of 16 is pretty darn cool. So that's one of the first announcements we want to put out there for you. Next, we have been badged ×2. And really, really excited about this. We had previously already had one Ed5 badge. We recently have just gotten another one. It's the Ed5 API Consumer Badge. That is us there front and center on the Ed5 website. Again, I'll share these links with you in a little bit. They'll be shared at the end, and they also will be shared in the next few days. We also have been badged through Project Unicorn. We got the highest level, the level 4 badge for their interoperability certification. I also need to take a moment here to thank Rachel from our team. She oversaw this process and crushed it, right? There's a lot of work behind the scenes to get these kind of things. It looks really cool, and I'm getting to announce it now, right? And our logo shows up places, which is really great. But a lot of work went behind the scenes to make sure that we're meeting the standards. Also, a special thank you for the Ed5 API Consumer Badge. The United Schools Network was the verifying, basically, institution for us with this and did some work to help us with that. But this is also a larger thank you to everybody else, which all of you do deserve a thank you. We are so grateful to partner with all of you. The support that you all have shown is great. And what these badges help us do, right? These are on these websites. These are things that you will see on our websites, but they continue to show our commitment to you all, right? As we're looking to grow as an organization, essentially professional development in a way, but also that we are doing what we need to do behind the scenes to stay up to date, to stay relevant. We are meeting all of the standards and needs that are out there, and also shows our commitment to interoperability. So really, really exciting things here about these badges, and more to come. We have some other cool things that are in the works with that as well. Referral program. This one I am going to throw here in the chat in a moment. You might have seen an email from me with this in December. We wanted to highlight this again. If you know of anyone who you feel would be a good fit for Landing Zone, please let us know by completing this form. This is, again, you're going to have this deck, so the link will be there. I'll put the link here in a moment in the chat. That's frankly how we've grown so far. You all are our biggest supporters and have great connections in the space of education. So we'd love for you to recommend somebody. If a school or district that you refer ends up partnering with us, you're going to receive $1,000 off your renewal invoice. The other thing here is there's no limit. So if you refer 5 schools to us and they become a partner, you will receive $5,000 off your upcoming renewal invoice. So hopefully that's a fun little thing here. Let's have a little competition to see who can refer the most new partners to Landing Zone. Um, some of you may have seen, I sent out our team worked on basically a mid-year survey. One thing that we're really looking to enhance moving forward is feedback. Feedback is really, really important, those feedback loops. These are just some of the results. Again, I'm going to throw this in the chat in a moment. If you've not already done this, we'd love for you to do it. It takes about, I'd say, 3 minutes, maybe 4 on the high end. These are just some of the feedback that we've received. So some really, really great comments, other things that I didn't put in if it was like a specific question to somebody. I didn't want to quote unquote like out anybody for privacy reasons, but some really, really kind words. It was really, really great to see. But also a few things I wanted to highlight here of what some of the feedback you all are telling us. So we were asking people to how satisfied are this year. As you can see, it's all 4s and 5s, which thank you. That means a lot, right? That's one of those areas, admittedly, you're always a little nervous to open up those survey results of like, oh gosh, what is it going to be? That's really, really comforting. It does the heart good. Really also want to focus on that one in the lower left about the report library dashboards, because we're going to talk about this in a moment. This is an area that we're really looking to basically up the support, up the value that we're providing all of you. We know this is a great place to start when you first partner with Landing Zone. But we want to, for our returning partners, or our returning customers, essentially, we want you all to continue to use these reports, this dashboard, this report library. So you're going to see some of the beautiful work that Rachel and Meg have done. We are going to 2 new dashboards or reports are going to be ready. And we're going to continue a cadence of updating and releasing new reports every quarter. There's going to be numerous ones that come out. But again, we really want your thoughts on this. We want to do what you all would like, right? There's certain things that you would like to see out of various dashboards. And that's where some of the Slack community is going to come in as well. So that's, again, one of the questions we ask. If you haven't taken the survey, for those who have, here's some of the results of what they'd like to see added to the report library. Pretty interesting information. Again, we'd love to, get that piece where maybe somebody hasn't checked it out. We want to get that number lower because we want you to use the resources in the report library as well. And again, a couple of these things are going to come in the chat here in just a moment, the referral program, as well as the link to the survey, if you've not already done it. Again, there's that mid-year survey link. It's on the screen. Remember, you're going to have this deck, so you'll be able to click it right from there, but I'm going to put it in the chat here in just a moment. Now, at this point, I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment. I'm going to throw it to Rachel and Meg. Again, they have done such amazing work on the report library. There's some new ones that we're going to release and show you today. Rachel and Meg are going to walk you through that. And we're also going to talk about our Slack community, which we're bringing back. So we have some really great plans to really up the engagement that we have with all of you. So with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing. Rachel and Meg, I'm going to throw it to you to take it from here.
Hi, everyone. It's been a crazy, fun 3 months for me working as a data coach. I've seen some of you more than others, and I really want to encourage, those who haven't reached out to me and, taken, any kind of assistance from me to do so that we can achieve all your goals for this school year. And talking about the report library, our vision is to make it like an extensive repository for our schools to use these dashboards, which we will be building based on common themes and use cases that we see across schools. So we have 2 dashboards coming up this month, which Rachel will soon share with you. We plan to also have 3 dashboards at least per quarter so that we can, increase the options in our library and make it more, extensive. Please feel free to go look at this. And if you need any help to set it up, I can help you copy it and then replace the data sources with your own, and then we can plug in and it'll be ready to use immediately. So that is what we are planning to do with this. Rachel, do you want to go ahead and show the 2 dashboards that we've already built?
Absolutely. Thank you, Meg. First of all, actually, before I dive into that, I just wanted to say, introduce myself. I'm Rachel, a member of the Landing Zone team. I've had the opportunity to meet a few of you, but not all of you. And so I just wanted to say that I am really glad to have the chance to connect with you all here today. In our recent mid-year customer survey, and thank you so much to everyone who filled that out. If you haven't yet would like to, there'll be the link in the chat for you to do that. So in that survey, we asked you to vote on new dashboards that you wanted to see in the report library. The largest number of votes was for a report card dashboard. And so we are excited to share that we have 2 new dashboards that will be rolling out in the report library over the next couple of weeks. And both of these new dashboards are centered around this theme of report card. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to give you a preview of these dashboards. I don't believe they're on the report library yet, but they will be there available in the next week or two. So first up is our district report card dashboard. This dashboard showcases data for attendance, behavior, and demographics and enrollment, both at the school and district level. For example, here on the overview page, you can see average daily attendance, discipline incident trends, staff and student demographics, and a lot of it's rolled up to the district level. Using the top navigation here or these header links, you can also open subpages that have additional detail at the school level. And I'm just going to navigate through tabs just to save time on loading, but you can get to these other pages through the links and then the navigation. So, for example, here on the attendance page, you can see average daily attendance trends for each school within the district over time. You can also use these filters at the top to filter down to an individual school or to a particular time period. The behavior page gives you a glance into the total number of discipline incidents by school, incident type, and gender. You can also use these additional filters at the top to further refine the results that you see here. And then last but not least, we have the demographics and enrollment page, which gives you a high-level view into student and staff demographics by school. And then you could further filter the student counts here by clicking on any of these circle charts at the top. So here I can filter it to show just ELL students. The district report card dashboard and then all these subpages, they could be used by district administrators or any staff who are needing to prepare numbers or visuals used in district level meetings and presentations. You can also customize this template to better fit your needs, leveraging whatever metrics make the most sense for your administrators and the context for your particular district. And so that's it for the overview of the district report card dashboard. And so next I'll give you a quick overview of the student profile. This is an at-a-glance dashboard that showcases student data, including grades, attendance, course schedule, demographic information, and discipline incidents, all in the same place. And then you can also use the drop down at the top right, to search for a student by either name or student ID. So here I'll pull up the information. I search by ID, and now I have information here for Vincent. And of course, as with the other dashboard, you can always customize this template to better suit your needs. Maybe there's another section that you want to add for assessment data or other systems that are used by your school district. Once both of these dashboards are posted to our report library website, you'll be able to access the templates and copy them into your own Looker instance. And as Mike said, if you need any help accessing these dashboard templates or copying them over to your Looker Studio, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to help. And then if you work with Meg for data coaching, you can also set up individual sessions if you want to talk about ways that you can customize this dashboard and add other elements to it. We hope that these will be very helpful to you. As Josh said, we really want to hear what you have to say, get your feedback. So if you have any ideas for new dashboards that you'd like us to add or suggestions for ways that we can improve the ones that we have, please let us know. The Landing Zone Slack channel will be a great place for you to share that feedback. We really want to hear from you and help in any way that we can. And so with that, I will turn it back over to Meg to share a little bit more about the Slack channel.
So we've had this Slack channel and it has been active before, but I feel like the activity levels and the engagement has reduced. So we are planning how to pick up the slack on the Slack community. And I think like one great example is like the dashboard suggestions and feedback. We're going to have like a separate channel for a sub channel for that under our community. Other things we're planning to do is also have like more webinars and announcements through over there. Rachel and I would be hosting some technical webinars going further. We'll share resources. We would love it if all of you would share resources that you found useful when you've been working on your, data analytics. And then I'm also like working and partnering with a school to right now to start with to build like a case paper to see what everything the school has done using, landing zone data. And then I'll be sharing that as kind of like a case paper so that all schools can get insights into like what each other are doing and then take ideas from there. Like our goal is, everyone's goal is the same at the end of the day, to help students. And if we can all help each other and become a strong community, and it'll be really helpful. And I hope to, make this Slack channel a success, and more updates coming soon before this month ends. Josh, would you like to take it over from here?
Yeah, thanks, Meg. And regarding the Slack community, if you haven't already been invited, we've been doing this kind of slowly. Some of you may have an account already because this was done, I think, a little over a year ago. We'll be sure to get you that if you don't have one. So you'll see some invites coming through in the next 24 to 48 hours with the steps to that. There's no cost to you, right? If you're not familiar with that, you just join. We're inviting you to our landing zone, basically Slack channel. There's going to be different channels within that will have some communication that goes on. So you'll see that coming. If you have any trouble, just reach out. We'll make sure to get you set up with that. But you are going to see a lot more engagement happening there. So I think it'll be a fun place for us all to connect. That's one of the goals, is we want this community to really grow. There is so much a fabulous insight and just thoughts and ideas and neat conversation that we a lot of times will have with you all separately, but we want to bring that together just so you all can bounce ideas off of each other. But it's a great way for us to easily connect with all of you. So you can reach out to us that way with ideas, things that are coming up, maybe articles to share of interest. Hey, ChatGPT is taking over. What does that mean for the world of education or AI in general, right? Things like that, just different things that are happening. We'll be announcing webinars there and just other really neat things. So it's something engagement we really want to up. So more information is coming in the next 24 to 48 hours. So don't panic if you haven't gotten anything yet, or if you don't know exactly what this means. We got your back on that. We did just get, just for Rachel and Meg's, if you haven't seen yet, a nice comment from Seth in the chat. He just said he would love to see a webinar in Connect/modifying the templates. So that's great. So yes, we love ideas like that. Please throw those out as a goal of ours, that moving forward, we want to have more regular webinars with all of you. Do that. We can maybe have even some of you co-present with us, right, to do some different things that we're going to do just for the community at large, right? So maybe outside people who are not current landing zone partners, but even just for our community, we really would like to up the ante on this. Lastly, as we kind of wrap up, would be a great time for questions if you have any. I will give it a moment here. Please throw any questions or comments you have in the chat. We'll answer it kind of live and in person. I'm also going to throw in, we have a Converge, where if you're not as familiar with that, you might not remember from a meeting Aaron had at the beginning of the school year. We are transitioning to Landing Zone is going to be under a new company called Converge, which is going to be a product, essentially your project under Innovate EDU, but it's now kind of separate. We're branching off a little bit. So I'm going to throw a link here in the chat. We have a new flat page that is up. We're working on a website now, but you can see kind of the initial flat page. Rachel from our team is helping oversee that process. We had a great team meeting this morning where we're starting to dive in deep. So you're going to see an actual website launch coming soon. But again, this is another great opportunity. If you have any questions about anything, any other thing about dashboards, just any maybe specifics that I maybe didn't cover well enough, anything you would like, please feel free to ask away. You have the whole team here. We'll give it a moment or two for people to get those in. We also have another one. I would love a webinar in session users from Elizabeth. So that's a great idea. Thank you. I'm going to make note of both of those, and that you'll see some more items coming forward. So if you have any questions, again, throw them into the chat. If not, I know sometimes that stuff comes up afterward. You can email us, or pretty soon you'll be able to Slack us, right? So we can start using that Slack community right out of the gate. But I do want to thank all of you again. Can't say thank you enough. We are very grateful to partner with all of you. The relationships that we have formed have been fantastic. We're really excited to see Landing Zone grow. We are on the precipice of really taking off like a rocket ship. We have an amazing team to do that. The other kind of final update I'll give you is we're in the final stages of wrapping up our lead engineer hire. I know some of you have been in the know of that. So we actually have a couple final interviews this week. We have some more items set up for next week. So hopefully here in the next few weeks, we'll have a new lead engineer to help oversee that development side of Project Landing Zone. So I'm going to do one final call. Again, I don't want to keep anybody overly too long or force the issue, but we'd love if you have any questions or anything or comments, throw it into the chat. If not, hope everybody has a fantastic rest of the week. Remember, you are going to receive all of these links, a recording of this webinar, and the slides that were shared today. You're going to receive that in your email in the next few days. So you'll have all those resources at your fingertips. But again, thank you to everyone. If you have any questions, reach out. Mindy, Meg, Rachel, before we sign off, anything from any of you?
Just a big thank you to everyone of your partnership. Please give us feedback. This amazing team really, we really do truly read and ingest and think about your feedback on how we can improve our partnership, our services to you, and improve our work. So please give us any feedback you have. Thanks so much for joining us today. It was really great to see you all.